All right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Devil platform with another message. And I will say this is a lovely evening in which the Most High God has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. This topic is going to be for the live chat. This is for the live chat. But Sister Deborah is going to be right here listening. If you have any questions or you have time for the live chat. What is this here? PT. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you. That's me. I typed it in wrong. Okay. But yeah, Sister Deborah is coming this evening to hear the live chat speak, and we're going to discuss topics in which uh, is uploaded onto the in the live chat. And if you have questions and answers, shoot at it, go for it. Um, as for me, I'm gonna tell y'all, it's over. It is over for me. So I'm here tonight to just open up the airway to those that are in the live chat that might have a question or maybe even have an answer or a topic. I like to say one thing about, oh, matter of fact, I'm glad. Uh, One thing about a question someone asked me, how do I feel? How do I feel about uh, the 3 days of darkness? How do, or what do I feel? I think they say, or what do I think about the 3 days of darkness? Anybody in the live chat, do you know anything about the 3 days of darkness? Someone asked me that question. I think it's been 3 days. And they asked me if I ever, I mean, not asked me if I ever, they said to me that, what do you think about the 3 days of darkness? So, what do you think, live chat, about the 3 days of darkness? And if we are speaking about Revelation chapter 8 and verse 12, when it says, and the fourth angel sound, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened. And the day song, not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. Anyone want to tackle that? This is where they're most likely is digging into the 3 days of darkness. In the 3 days of darkness. And this was, again, the fourth angel sound. The third part of the sun was smitten. The third part of the moon, a third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened, and the day shone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. Verse 13, and I beheld and heard an angel flying through the midst of heaven, saying with a loud voice, woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth, by reason of the other voices of the trumpet. And three angels which are yet to sound. Anybody in the live chat, what have you heard? What have you read? What do you understand about the 3 days of darkness? The 3 days of darkness. What I do understand in Revelation chapter 7, he sealed his. So he is, when I say he sealed his in Revelation chapter 7, you hear 7 in verse 1. And after these things, I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth. And the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having a seal of the living Yah. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, verse 3, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our Yah in their foreheads. So when you get, that was Revelation 7. So when you get over here in Revelation 8, this must be something that many are speaking on, the 3 days of darkness. A lot of individual got pretty much their own idea of what the 3 days of darkness. So that's the first topic I would like to put out to the live chat. Anybody in the live chat who's not in the live chat right now, if you could pull up, you're there. I can see the number of people in. Anybody in the live chat would like to just expound. It's not about a right or a wrong. It's just I'm just putting that out as something that we can also just talk about, and that is the 3 days of darkness. 3 days of darkness. Okay. The 3 days of darkness. I would think the 3 days of darkness would be right around now, during sometime very, very, very soon. And I realized what the Father is doing once I saw all those different beasts coming up from all kind of sea and the earth and the pit. I'm like, wait a minute, where are all these beasts coming from? And it goes back to the one that I've come to know, and his power and how he has orchestrated things to pull up to fulfill his word. And we're sitting back trying to make it the heathens and the Gentile power to bring forth these things. And we fail to realize that they have no power outside of my Most High Yah. Okay. So when I'm looking into Revelation, I'm looking at it as his right hand is pulling up his will to be fulfilled as he has prophesied. And as he continued to pull up, I'm like, okay, I see this, but I see you. And I'm getting chills right now, because I remember when I heard about the two witnesses, and I saw these two witnesses pull up, okay? And in Revelation chapter 11, I think it's in, let me see here. Okay, in chapter 11, okay? And verse 4. Now let's go to verse 3. And I will give power unto two witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. verse 4. This is Revelation 11, verse 4. These are the two olive trees, okay? And the two candlesticks standing before. I'm laughing because I think of the seven candlesticks that was in. My daughter is getting on my nerves. I'm telling you guys. And the Revelation chapter 11 and verse 4. The two candlesticks remind me of the seven candlesticks for the church that represented the church. And then when I see these two candlesticks standing before, listen to this. The two candlesticks standing before Yah of the earth. It stand before the Yah of the earth. Go to Revelation chapter 11 and verse 4. Let's go over that. These are the two olive trees and the two candlesticks standing before Yah, standing before the Yah of the earth. Verse 5. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceed out of their mouth and devour their enemies. So we know that the two witnesses has this power because it says that it was given power in verse 3, Revelation 11 and verse 3. And then in verse 5, it says, and if any man will hurt them, fire proceed out of their mouth and devour their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. Verse 6. These have power to shut heaven. Ooh-wee! Some power. Watch it here. That it rain not in the day of their prophecy. So they can stop rain. Okay. And have power over water to turn them to blood. Remember Revelation chapter 11, verse 3 is telling them that they gave them power. The Father gave them power, these two witnesses. And it says in verse 6, and have power over water and water to turn them to blood and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. 1 minute, you guys. I'm sorry. Let me take care of this. And verse 7, it says, and when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them and shall overcome them and kill them. Yeah. Huh? No, And be careful out this door, Chinese lake. Mm-hmm. Why would I want to go out to dinner this time? But back to what I was saying to you all. Verse 7. I want you to really focus on verse 7. On verse 7, it says, and when they shall have finished their testimony, we talking about the two witnesses, the beast that ascended out of the pit shall make war against them and shall overcome them and kill them. Okay. What I have, after he showed me Revelation, the seven churches, it put a seal onto what I always knew. It's a reason to fear him. It's a reason to have the fear of Yah in you. You can't fear him if you really don't know him. So to know him, the fear has to rest there in you. You see? And I could see that in the world today, being a living prophet and not a dead one. No one fears him because they don't know him. You can't fear what you don't know. See, and their perception of him, oh, loving, sweet, and he's all that and something. But who he is is worthy to be feared because of who he is. And I thank him for that gift to fear him, because it's something he embedded in you that causes you to fear who he is, because you know him and that's in you. And by you knowing him, you fear him. Okay? So if you look at Revelation chapter 11 and you see verse 7, the two witnesses had a mission, and that was to pull in, show up, show out. And who comes to take him out? Another beast. From where? The bottomless pit. I want to say to you all, it's really time to pull off this devil platform, because I can see the direction of the mindset of people on these devil platforms, and those that constantly get on, even listening to Sister Deborah. The mindset is for somewhere else, to where they can't grip really what's going on. That's why I always call it spirit and truth with the light in the right hand. As I'm looking at this right here and just reading this, and I'm reading this, the Spirit is talking to me about bumping off of Revelation 9. Then I have to go back to Revelation 8 regarding the what? The 3 days of darkness. Okay, now when I'm here in Revelation 11, verse 7, I keep saying to you all, over and over, this thing is beyond your fleshly understanding. If you can't grip it in the spirit, and you know what? I noticed he said the poor in spirit, and what else in spirit? Because you can be poor in spirit, mean poor in knowing what spirit is consist of. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking. I think another time I looked into that, those were the elects that were poor in spirit. I don't know. I'm going to look into that again. But what I'm seeing here, every time I open up the book now, there's a bright light within it. So when you go into Revelation chapter 11 and verse 7, it brings me back to what I said at the beginning when I opened up. We got to understand who the beast is, because we really don't know. And whoever this beast is, he in full control by the right hand of the Father. Because this beast in Revelation chapter 11 and verse 7, it's coming up to delete the two witnesses. Is this beast coming up to delete the two witnesses after Yah has given the two witnesses the power to destroy and to kill and to freeze, to over water, turning water into blood, and over plagues and all of this in here on the earth? But then you're going to pull up out of the pit a beast. Let's read verse 7. Pulling up out of the pit a beast. Watch what happened. And when they shall have finished their testimony. What is that saying? When they have finished the will that Yah invested in them, the beast that ascended out of the what? The bottomless pit. Now we know where the bottomless pit is said to be. Okay, watch this here. Shall make war against them and shall overcome them and kill them. Who you think that beast is in power? Who gave that? Who you think pulling that beast up? Who do you think assigned that beast to come up to take out the two witnesses? The Most High Yah. See, y'all want to run into scriptures and in verses and want to claim to be something and be this and know this and know this. And what I learned more and more that I'm on here is that they're still far from it, because that's why they won't speak on nothing. They won't say anything because nothing is in them to say, because they know it all. They got it all. They got it mastered. They got this book mastered. They know it from back to front, front to back. Now listen to this. Now in Revelation 11, it's showing you another beast. Now, you know, there's a beast that was not, and that is in Revelation chapter 17. And it speaks of this beast. So it's trying to let us understand in spirit and truth, not in the flesh, because they don't understand it, is that the Father got full control over Revelation as he did the beginning to the end. And he's showing up and showing out. So here I'm bouncing on Revelation 11 and verse 7, and he pulled up. First in Revelation 11, he pulled up to witness. And then what did he do? He gave them power. Power to destroy, to turn water to blood, to do plagues, to cause fire, to do all these things, and to hurt people. Okay? Now, you gave that power to the two witnesses. But what I really like is where he called the order down. And in verse 7, and when they shall have finished their order, their calling, their purpose, their mission in Yah, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them and shall overcome them, and kill them. The beast in the bottomless pit delete the two witnesses that had all that power. That's the Father's rumbling that. And it goes back to me, it makes me realize when I was a little girl, always knowing that there was something above all things that had all this power. And here I am, 63. Now I see the power in its purest form possible here on the earth. So then he says, now when you bounce off 11, Deborah, now go back to verse 9. So here we are in Revelation chapter 9, and it reads, and the fifth angel sound, and I saw a star fall from heaven into the earth. And to him was given the keys to the bottomless pit. Watch this. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose smoke out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air was darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Verse 3. And there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power. Whoever this is that's given every beast from coming up out of the bottomless pit, everything in Revelation is showing you the power of my Father. And we running around here think we got the power within us to rule and to understand. You know what? That's what people are missing. The power of understanding, spirit and truth. They don't have it. They don't have it. And they're not going to get it. And they're not going to find it. It's not going to be with them. So watch this here. So as verse 3, Revelation chapter 9 and verse 3, and there came out of the smoke upon the earth, and to them was given power as a scorpion of the earth have power. See, they were given power. Did they have power, the locusts? No, they didn't. It shows you it was what? Given power. Only one can give them the power. Who was that? The Father. See, while we're looking into Revelation, this is how we are messed up. This is how far we're deep off on the deep dark end. We're looking at everything that the heathens and the Gentiles are doing. We got our eyes stayed on them and watching them. And we can't see where really the power of all this that's going on and the control behind it from high. That's why it's so important to do what he said. Seek ye he that's high. Because I the one made all power low. If you seek ye first the kingdom where the power is high, you will then know when the power is low. Because while we're trying to make everything the reason, the Father already covered one reason or another reason and another reason and another reason and another reason. And we're missing all this power. And who is that power? That's Hamashiach. That's Christ. We're missing that right hand. And where is Yeshua in this? Who is this here pulling all these beasts and creatures and locusts from the bottomless pit? Who is this? Where is the Son of Man sitting in his glory on his throne? Because this is the will of the Father. So what happens? In Revelation chapter 9 and verse 3, and there came out of the smoke locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power. You notice the angel that came down as the falling star from heavens unto the earth. You fail to realize that. You don't see what's going on? Revelation chapter 9, verse 1. The fifth angel sound, and I saw a star falling from heavens onto the earth. Now listen to what was given. And to him was given the keys to the bottomless pit. Who's doing all this giving? Who's setting all this stuff up? Where's this power coming from? See, that's what he meant. If they miss it in Genesis 1, miss all that power in Genesis 1, Deborah, from Genesis 1 all the way to the end of Genesis 1, bumping off of Genesis 2, if they miss that, Deborah, they'll never see my power. And that's what's going on in the world. They can't see him. They so busy giving Satan all that power, giving the flesh of man all that power, the flesh of women all that power. All these pastors, bishops, Maureen seers, all these generals and prophets and prophetess, they're giving all that power to them to know what they know. And now one of them are doing anything because it hasn't been what? Given to them. Here he is, giving the keys to an angel that he sent down like unto a falling star. Here, take these keys, go on down there, open that pit up. And what did he come? I'm going to show you all this power. Look in verse 9. Watch all this power. And it says in verse 2, Revelation chapter 9 and verse 2, and he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air was darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. Now watch this here. Watch this. And it was commanded. Oh, wait a minute. A commandment didn't hit the earth. Watch this here. It was commanded them that they should not hurt the grass on the earth, neither the green things, neither the trees, but only those men which has not the seal of Yah in their forehead. See, when that star fell, which was an angel who went down below to open up the pit to let the locusts out, the locusts couldn't come out until they were ordered by the Most High Yah. The star couldn't fall to the earth. The angel couldn't come and fall from heaven to the earth and given the keys to unlock the pit unless the Most High did it. Well, Sister Deborah is telling you here again in verse 4, Revelation 9 and 4, he's sitting here telling you, I'm commanding the locusts to not destroy the grass, the earth, the green things, neither the tree, but only the men that don't have the seal of Yah. So these locusts were brought up from under the bottomless pit just to do the will of my Father. See, this is the one I've been saying to you all this time I've been on here. What's the problem that they can't give my Father glory and honor, praise, and recognize his power? Sister Deborah been telling y'all over and over and over about this Father that's in the heavens, his power. When Yeshua HaMashiach, when Yeshua came down, the Son of Man, he came down telling you the kingdom of heaven, y'all, is at hand. That means that power then came and hit the earth. We still missed it. We missed it in Genesis. We missed it every time. Even here we are in this end days, and we're still blaming everybody for what's happening outside of that power. Once you understand that that's the power releasing these things, then you're more at ease. Because if you in spirit and truth with the light in your right hand, you okay. So that lets you know that the narrow gate is way narrower than the flesh mind can even imagine, because they're not going to find it. He said, very few shall find it, Deborah. They got to find this thing. They can't find it because they don't know where to look, nor are they trying to look, because they have put it exactly where they want it. And that's the way they teach everybody from that end. Now watch this. He's sitting here telling the locusts what they can and cannot do. So then he said, now back up to the 3 days of darkness. Man can't form the 3 days of darkness. They can't do it. Go on and tell them. Revelation 8, verse 12. And the fourth angel sound, and the third part of the sun was smitten, and the third part of the moon, and the third part of the stars, so as the third part of them was darkened. You see that? So if you're thinking this is the doing of man, even when you might see man doing something, it's just them still following the order of the Most High Yah. But when you get into Revelation, all of it is him. Even if you see man, you got to see Yah. Why? Going back to spirit and truth. But if you know nothing about spirit and truth, you will always blame, just like the house of Israel. Still yet blaming the Gentiles and the heathen. 400 years plus, and never just look and see. Father, it was you all the time. Even to today. I was so amazed to hear in Hosea chapter 4. It broke down in Hosea chapter 4. It was breaking down the mindset of Judah. And I'm like, but Father, in Ezekiel, that's what was said. They are likened to the countries in which they were dispersed. So if Judah was placed in the country called Babylon, the whore, why haven't Judah recognized himself? Why is it Judah has not recognized who he is, who he was, who he is now? Because they're so busy saying the white man, the heathens, the Gentiles, the this and the that, to where they can't even see. Revelation 7 is saying only those that are sealed. I'm not calling for everybody y'all want to category who you say is sealed. Why would I have minds to come down to seal minds in their forehead, and I gave them the seal to seal them, but yet you telling the people, all of y'all get ready, they coming to get us, we getting out of here. And you ain't never recognized the curse that was put on you, even to today. But you feel that you're going to be the one getting up out of here. Not the prophetess keep telling y'all 12,000 is like 1%. But that's 1% on the four corners, not 1% in the United States. Let me show y'all something. Let me show you something right quick. So you understand that Judah came in. To Babylon. What is Babylon? The whore. Okay. Judah. The tribe of Judah. In Isaiah chapter 3, it says, Judah is fallen because their tongue and their doings are against Yah, to provoke the eyes of his glory. Judah has fallen. Now, what, now, why Judah? Why isn't it said the house of Israel has fallen? Why is it saying in Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 8, Judah is fallen? Because Judah is here in the United States and spent all those 400 years in captivity, in slavery, and never recognized the curse itself. Judah act identical the way that the whore act. Even to today, Judah acts identical to the whore amongst their own nation. Within their own nation, Judah is acting and role playing the whore. Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 8. For Jerusalem is ruined. And, watch this here, and Judah is fallen. You get to Revelation 18. You get to add Revelation 18, verse 2. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is falling. Is falling. Judah, you're going down with the whore. They never going to teach you. They never going to teach you how to even focus on all the things that you've done and you continue to do. All they want you to focus on is that you, the perfect angel, and everybody else in the world is bothering you. See, they can't bother you, Judah. They can only bother the Judah that is branded for his namesake. That's a people inside of a people. A nation inside of a nation. It doesn't mean Judah as a whole. It doesn't mean Judah as a whole. Isaiah 3 and what verse was that? 8. It says Judah has fallen. It's fallen. Identical the way that he says the whore. Babylon is fallen. Judah is where? In Babylon. Judah is where? In Babylon. So when Babylon is destroyed, Judah is going to be destroyed. The part of Judah that's not going to be destroyed is the nation inside of Judah, who are for his name's sake. Then he turned around and told you in Revelation, I sealed mine. He didn't say I sealed the whole nation of Judah or the whole house of Israel. No, he picked his small remnant out, gave the seal to the angels, seal them up, and then kept the mission of Revelation to be set forth. So this is why the prophet complains about how could they still be doing this? Why are they doing this? Why? Because Judah has betrayed Judah. Judah has manipulated Judah. Judah has deceived Judah. And Judah still wobble in the fact that they're not even cursed. When you salute it, you see it better, you feel it better, and you live a different way. But when you feel that you can override the curse by doing the things your way that counteract the way that he said it's going to be, it doesn't make you feel that you accomplish, you guys. It doesn't make you be on a pedestal and say you're better than them, or you can come over. We got land, we building here, we doing the work. You're doing the work of the flesh. Why? Because you're performing the fruit of the flesh. You see? So when people are set up from the floor to believe that they are doing the will of the Father because of what they have and they accomplish, what they build and what they growing, and because they're out in no man's land. No, baby, no. He already know where he is at. They are sealed with a spiritual seal. That's why he keep telling us, even among our own family. We're thinking everybody in our family going because we sitting here deceiving those outside of our family and thinking our family is going somewhere. But yet we see deceiving the whole world on the outside of our household. We're deceiving the whole world. We get out in the woods and open up a church in 3 different states and look at it as if he's coming for all of us, and you all being left because you're not taking everybody's money building churches. And you're not building what is it? Vegetables, and you don't have crop, and you don't have calf and all. Animals or whatever they want to call them. You don't have that, so we have that. So we are obeying Yah. No, you ain't. You have made yourself Yah, and never saluted the curse. Never ever saluted the curse. That's why you're able to accomplish what you have accomplished, because you never saluted the curse. Never did. So when you don't have no respect for the curse, Yah will let you go as far as you can go. Why? Because you really ain't going nowhere. How about that? You can sit like Sister Deborah. Say, for instance, Sister Deborah, just because I'm a prophetess in the wilderness, don't mean that I try to give you this mindset different than what the Father is setting before us and teaching us from the inside out. These people are not and have not gave the people spirit and truth. That's why the mass is that's walking straight through the broad gate. And that's why a great number has fallen away. So to me, I look at it in that way of understanding. Judah has failed, not only his nation, but the whole house of Israel, because the whole house of Israel has been beholding Judah. You get it? That's why these other races, these other nations that's in the house of Israel is not following Judah. You see what I'm saying? You would think that they would follow Judah, but why ain't they following Judah? Why is there 10% of Judah that's claiming to be awakened? And the other 90% don't give them no time of day, because Judah refused to follow Yah. In what? In spirit and truth, with the light in his hand. He still went his own ways like he did in the promised land. The way that does not please Yah, the way that's out of order of Yah. Then they were hoeing around as well, said the Most High Yah. So they are now riding right beside Babylon, the whore, because their ways is so connected to hers. Their ways is so connected. All you have to do is just look at Judah. Look what Judah is doing, y'all. I'm sitting here just ain't doing nothing. And I thought, let me read Isaiah where he said, my people are destroyed. I said, Father, Isaiah chapter 4, why is it they never taught that thing right? He said, Deborah, what have they taught right? They have led the mass straight through the broad gate, and the great falling away has already taken place. It's just many study adding on to it. As I'm sitting here explaining to you all, and I was asking you all about the Revelation speaking in verse 8, regarding the 3 days of darkness, and I couldn't get anyone to really expound on it. And that leads me to understand that's just how many people are lost who said that they are found. Because anytime you given the opportunity to individual to speak on spirit and truth, and they have no spirit and truth to speak on, something wrong with that picture. Go back to the drawing board, Deborah. They don't have a lane to run in. They don't have spirit and truth, and they don't have a light in their right hand. That's to say, that's how and why he made sure he left a token to those who can see in darkness, that they won't find their way. That's why the narrow gate is hard to find. and the more I open up the book, I'm like, see, but Father, they don't know about that. But Deborah, what do they know? Even that is right before them, clearly seen. They reject it because they want to worship and serve the flesh of man over the spiritual God. So he's saying, I didn't give it to him, and I ain't going to give it to him. So you're wondering why they won't hold fast to Deuteronomy 28, because I ain't giving it to them too. Because they ain't worth seeing the end game of Deuteronomy 28, because they still living out their flesh desires. They still living out their fleshly ways, the tradition of the flesh of man. That's all they want. That's all they live on. So the 3 days of darkness is a must. It is a must. It's right here in Revelation chapter 8. But how he's going to pull that up, it will be exactly the way he said it, but it might not be the way you see it. You see what I'm saying? Listen to it. Revelation chapter 8 and verse 12. And the fourth angel sounded, the fourth angel sounded, and a third part of the sun was smitten, and a third part of the moon, and a third part of the stars, so as a third part of them were darkened, and the day stone not for a third part of it, and the night likewise. Verse 13, and I held and heard an angel flying throughout the midst of the heavens, said with a loud voice, woe, woe, woe to the habitators of the earth, by reason of the voice of the trumpet, and the 3 angels which are yet to sound. The Father is totally completing his final will. And while he's doing it, we standing around waiting for a ship to come get us. You see what I'm saying? I know that we have to go through the 3 days of darkness. We're going to go through whatever it is. Most likely, the scorpion's going to be dealing with some sort of another bio that they might bring out, or something that's going to come, but they might bring that bio out again, something of that nature. We got to go through that. Why? Why do we have to go through that, Deborah? Why? It's because in Revelation 7, it lets you know he sealed his just in time for us to go through the 3 days of darkness, for us to also go through the scorpions that's coming out the bottomless pit, and they're going to hurt every man. I believe it's going to be everybody. Every man, it says, that does not have what? The mark. You see how order, he's doing it in decency and order. He's doing it strictly in the spiritual order. Okay, so when I see that, it leads me to believe that the sealed children of Yah is going to be here during that time. So we got the 3 days of darkness to come. We got the another incident with the mountains, which most likely sound a little like it sound like volcanoes or something erupting. Okay, and then the 3 days of darkness, and then the locust that's coming up out of the bottomless pit. Now, when he's saying this, he wants you to be able to go right back into his realm in the spirit of truth and hold there. And when things take place, then you can pull it up. It might not match the way you're reading it, but it's going to be all the way live according to what was read. Okay. Okay. So, and so I know that we're going to be here because it tells him not to, the scorpions not to, in verse 9, in chapter 9, not to strike up the ones that sealed. Okay. So we got the something like a volcano or fire and hailstorm stones that's going to destroy trees and some of the earth, and even casting into the sea, and ships are going to be damaged. And then we're going to deal with the 3 days of darkness. And we got that time. And then we're going to deal with something else that's coming out. I think it's going to be that bio again. I'm not sure. Sister Deborah don't know what the locust is going to represent, but they're going to come back out. And watch this here. Verse 10 is, I haven't, even though I read it, I got to go back over it before I can actually say what is taking place. But that's going to be my treat tonight, because something in 10 is going to take place where we that are sealed still going to be here. Now, verse 11 is talking about there's going to be the two witnesses that's going to come. You see? So there are all these things is the working of the right hand of the Father, which we never understood because it was his power, and we gave the power to Satan. And that's how he deceived us, because we gave him the power to deceive us. You see, he wasn't our worst enemy, our own self. And our own self gave Satan the power to deceive us. Why would you say that, Deborah? Because here it is, the tribe of Judah was placed under a situation. You might look at curse as something bad, but you can't really look at it bad if the Father has done it. You have to bring it into the positive setting, because not only is he suffered those 400 years plus, he also lets you know that there's victory on the end of it. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, we have to category it the way he placed it, but you have to turn it and spin it over to spirit and truth, and not so much as the flesh realm. What man and woman has done in the tribe of Judah, they flipped this thing into the flesh to where they can't let go of the flesh, of their flesh understanding about the curse, to where if they only let go of the flesh understanding regarding the curse, then they would have received the spiritual part of the curse, to where they can salute it, the will of the Father. But see, they can't, and they won't, and they don't care, because they have lied to you all so many people so long, they believe their own lie. You see? So what they did is they flipped the curse, handed over to Satan, said, we know you did this. Satan running around the world like he got all power, and he's like saying these people, these darn humans out here are just as crazy as a loony bird. They can't see. I ain't got no power. Look how he's causing all these things to go down in the bottomless pit and pull out beasts, locusts, all kind of things. Stars coming to from heaven like a star, but it's an angel. To do what? To tamper with darkness, the moon, the stars. Y'all turned around and gave all that to Satan. So that's why the 1/3 follows Satan, because they turned over their whole self to him and believed in him. A third. Now, how would a third want to follow once you in the kingdom where we are trying to get to, where we are desiring to live eternal? You got nutcakes up there wanting to follow Satan. Come on now. See, y'all didn't know that, did you? You know why you didn't know it? It's because they never knew the people who have deceived, whether it's the Christian churches, the Hebrew Israelites, it match side by side with the Christians. The power of their deception and deceiving you is just that powerful. Just that powerful as the Catholics. Now, they have deceived you to believe in everything outside of the right hand of the Father, orchestrating all of this before the foundation of the world. He didn't give it to them. because they got the same mindset of those that follow Satan and wanted to leave their first estate to follow Satan. Those are the ones that's down here now. They got that same mindset to follow Satan. Because I'm like saying, why would a third want to leave their habitation in heaven? I mean, their first estate, and everybody here trying to get to that. What's the deal? See, y'all didn't understand. Y'all still don't understand what took place before the foundation of the world. Things were going on, you guys. Lots of things were going on and taking place up in heaven. And we thinking the war is really what we see on the earth. No, it ain't, baby. You ain't seen nothing yet. And ain't nothing going on down on the earth that heaven ain't assigned to come down. You get what I'm saying? So when we're sitting reminiscing on the wars over here, over there, and over there, guess what? Who's going to pull that war? Who's going to bring up that war onto the great whore, Babylon? Who's going to pull up on that war? The beast that was, that is not, and yet is. Y'all bringing them back, bringing them forth. And what is he bringing? That which was already. That's Roman Catholics. A system that's in the power of the Roman Catholics. You see, now this is why a lot of people did not understand the whole idea. See, I understand why they need, listen to what I'm saying, they need to eliminate the population here in this country. I understand that. It makes sense. Let's say Elon Musk. Let's say Barack Obama. Let's say Biden. And let's say Pelosi. Let's say Bill Gates. Let's say the Illuminatis and all of them. That's the powers behind it all. Let's say that when you finish giving them the power, that's what I was explaining to y'all. Give them the power, but don't know where the true power rests therein, because you don't have the spirit of truth in you to know that they don't have what he didn't give them. So eliminating the population is not a bad deal when you know spirit and truth, because it's following the biblical in Revelation and what he's assigning them to do. That's powerful and it's deep. It's frightening, but it's enough for you to know if you got the spirit of fear in Yah in you. Because now you see spirit and truth. You see the light. You see it for what it is. You see? And that's something they don't want you to do because they don't know it at that level. So a lot of things as far as them deleting, and they coming back with it because the locust got to come. The locust got to bring something upon the flesh of man. Oh, my computer. So Sister Deborah, my charger stopped charging while I was speaking. And I will say to you all that I was really trying to get the live chat involved in the message or any, if anyone had any question, or if they had anything that they wanted to share, or if they wanted to talk about. And it looks like to me that this thing is deeper than Sister Deborah can even teach, as far as where people are at today. And even though people think that they think that they have the power and the authority, no, that you don't. What you do is you show who you really are. You really, and now it makes sense why they could get up on these pages and cut up from the floor, because these pages, these others are not, and I ain't gonna say all of them, but there's many. The majority are not teaching them spirit and truth. People are more content with that. They're more content with not knowing spirit and truth, with that they can play in the grass as long as it's green. And that's what they're doing. Everybody is finding a place comfortable for their flesh and not trying to nourish their spirit or interact with anything that speak in spirit and truth. I titled this message, "It's Time for Chat to Talk." And let me see here. Definitely have the spirit of fear. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, those that are sealed gonna be definitely okay, without a doubt. They're getting up out of here. I'm gonna tell y'all something else. My computer's gonna shut off because it looked like it's not charging at all. And another thing I noticed too, that a whole lot of the tribe of Judah, they packing up, y'all. They packing bags, they packing everything, trying to move closer to a dock where they said the ships are gonna put in. And this one lady was teaching today, it's gonna take a load, then come back and get another load. One thing you gonna notice, you ain't gonna notice too much about it, because once I hit this goal of how many videos I have out, I'm off YouTube for good. But one thing I can truly say, it's amazing how they can get together to get out of here, or to find a way that they can deceive the people to get ready to go the way that they say it's going to go. You see,